Hello. Welcome to the other side. This is yet another video. On this video, I am going to be doing something very different, which is answering people's questions that they've sent to me, specifically things that they want to know about me. So it was not something where I was like, ask me anything. I don't know, that feels, I don't know. So I specifically phrased it as, what do you want to know about me? Now, before I do that, I just want to let you know that the phone that I normally use to record with died of me today, and it just disrupted my day for a bit. I was trying to get it fixed and all of that, and I got a little bit mixed up. Like, I really get frizzled when things don't go according to plan. It's something that me and God still working through right now. But anyway, let's answer the questions and let's see what people want to know about me. Okay, first question that I got. I'm going to be reading it from my laptop because the phone thing, right? So I'm just going to look at the side for a little bit. I want to know about your taste in music, favorite songs, artists, genre, and why. Oh my God. you know, when I think when music is a very soft or music is something very personal and I have a very big emotional attachment to it. And it is something that is something that I have a wound about or from music and singing generally. So let me just, I remember when I was younger, my brother and I can sing. My mother was a music teacher in my younger years, choral music teacher. So me and my brother got the singing gene from my mother, right? So my brother has always been a better singer than me, but that did not bother me until one day me and my brother were singing together for a relative. And the relative complimented my brother and then criticized me. And in that moment on that day, I was crushed. My love for music was tainted. My love for singing, just thinking about it makes me emotional. My love for singing was tainted. And for a long time, I didn't trust my voice. I didn't like my voice anymore. I was afraid that if anybody ever heard my voice, they will criticize it, right? Because even though that particular moment was, I think it was a solidifying moment of the criticism, it finally got to me. Because, as kids growing up in the family, there were comments of, hey, Sanda, we are bimba. Like, there was always little criticism about my singing, but I never really took them to heart until that moment on that day. I think that day was the final straw, right? So I've always loved music, but that criticism, it really just, it deterred me, and it's I sort of like blocked music out of my life for a little while. And in as much as I loved it, I also had this wound. So every time I interacted with music, it was sort of like a painful experience because that moment would just replay in my head when I heard a beautiful song that I liked, when I was singing, when I wanted to sing, when I was in a group of people singing, I would always doubt myself. And funny enough, I was in the school choir. I've always been in music things in school. I was in the school choir for 3 years, and in that time I was always so terrified of being asked to sing alone. I was always terrified of being the only voice that's being heard. I doubted my voice. I got to a point where I hated my voice, got to a point where I didn't like hearing my voice because I was convinced that other people didn't like my voice. So my singing Like I just really discredited myself when it comes to singing, and my love for music had that taint in it. And I remember a couple of years ago, the Holy Spirit told me you need to rediscover your love for music. And I don't want to because I was like, I just have a very painful memory around this music thing. And I was just not looking forward to that. I didn't want to do that. And it's still something that I struggle with to this day. I'm so terrified of singing like alone. I can sing with a group of people where it's not just my voice, but it's my voice with other people's voices. But the moment it has to be my voice, I just, it's not a stage fright thing. It's just that I remember that moment and I'm like, oh, my voice is not nice. My voice is not as nice as everybody's voice here. My voice is terrible. They're gonna hear my voice and they're not gonna like it. So this question. But okay, my favorite music, my favorite artists, genre, and all of that. So I don't really have a favorite because of this history that I've given. I'm still coming to terms with music. I'm still sort of like regaining my relationship with music. Let me just say it that way. So I love, like generally as a blanket, I love mellow music. Your India arrays, I just love soft, gentle music that is not loud because I also like funky music. There's a song that goes, I won't let you down. I will not give you up. Gotta have some hate in the sound. It's the one good thing that I've got. I also like funky, groovy music, but I don't know how to describe it. It has to have like a certain feel to it. So I am not really set on what exactly I like musically, specifically and particularly. But I know that I like music that is sort of like mellow and also funky. I really do not know how to answer this question. But when it comes to favorite artists, this is actually a very difficult question to answer for me because I have not reconciled with music well enough for me to be able to say this is the artist that I like, this is the kind of genre that I like. Because across all genres, I will find a song that I like. Like for instance, if I listen to an album by somebody, I will find something and I'll find a song that I like and I will have reasons why I like that particular song. It could be the lyrics, it could be the melody, it could be the vibe, the grooviness of the song, it could be just the emotional connection I have with the song. So when I look at how I've been exposed and how I've experienced music, one of the very first music one of the very first people or artists I was exposed to was Uzama Chobe. And it was the song that says, Now Yami. That song has a special, it's locked in me because I heard it a lot. I heard it as a little girl and I just loved it. And I also was introduced to Lyra. I just wanna feel good every day. Yeah. So for a long time it was Zama Jobe and Lyra. And then as I grew, it was hip hop. No, I've never liked hip hop. It was pop R&B in the 2008 to 2012. About Rihanna and about Beyonce. That time of I'ma take you there and man down and got a big ego. I used to be into a lot of that as well. And also Joy Celebration used to be a big favorite of mine. But now at this point in time, I don't have a particular. I think that it depends. I don't like, I have different favorites at different times. But I will say that an all time favorite song of mine is a song by Hillsong called Made Me Glad. And I think about the first time that I heard that song and I was like, the song is beautiful. And it has always stuck with me. So, my ultimate fave. I love that song. I love the words. I love the meaning. Excuse me, I love the lyrics. So, yeah, I hope I've answered this question well, but I feel like I didn't. But I have like a bit of a complicated relationship with music and I'm still working on it. So, it's really hard for me to speak about it. Sorry. Next question. I'm so sorry about that. Next question. What do you think of adult friendships? These questions are hard because so I have fumbled friendships in my life very badly. And I've written about it in my blog. Like, there's a whole section in my blog where I write about my journey when it comes to friendships. But when it comes, what do I think about adult friendships? I think that they're necessary. I think that they're important. I think that they're helpful. It is very, very pivotal to have friends as an adult in your life. I think that they haven't received as much attention as romantic relationships. I think that we have become so reckless with our friendships because they're not romantic. We don't really give them attention and effort and time. And I'm speaking this as a person who's also guilty of this. I'm only now at a point in my life where I'm taking my friendships seriously. And I do it in a way where I am the one extending myself to other people because I want the friendship, because I am now at a place where I realize that friendships are important and they fill me up. I'm a person that loves conversation. I'm a person that loves communicating. I love sharing. I love getting vulnerable. So I need friends. I need friends, you know. I have a good conversational, communicational relationship with my husband where I can talk to him, I can randomly ask him questions and all of those kinds of things. But I also want that with friends as well. I want to be able to call up a friend and just chat about a bee I just saw outside, or chat about a very painful thing that just happened to me, or chat about I just remembered something bad that happened in my life when I was 7. I wanted it. So I think that adult friendships are necessary and they're important, and they also require as much time and energy and effort as romantic relationships. Next question. What is your aspiration in life? I had to Google the word aspiration for this one. But right now, it's to grow my business, and to grow in the field that I'm in, to be a top voice there. I want to be recognized in that industry. I want to be known. I want to be impactful in that industry so that I can help people. I've developed a great passion. Oh my gosh, English. I have developed a great passion in the field that I'm in, and I want to grow my street cred in that industry so that I can fund that passion and do the things that I want to do for people. So my aspiration in life right now is to just grow the business. And also, actually, I'm learning how to be a good homemaker. I'm learning how to be a good wife. I am putting more effort into it, how to be a good mother. I'm putting more effort into it, how to be a girl. I'm putting more effort into that. There's so many things that I've committed to learning. So homemaking, wifing, mothering, running a business, and just taking care of myself and being serious about what I look like, how I dress, how I present myself. Next question. What do you believe in? First and foremost, I believe in Jesus. Jesus is the Son of God. I am a believer in Christ. I am a born again Christian, so I believe in that. I believe in honesty. Honesty is one of my biggest values, and I think that it is also something that I'm quite gifted in. Um, Thinking about it makes me really emotional because when I think about honesty, I used to take it lightly that growing up, I used to value it so much and I never really understood why, but I always hated it when somebody lied to me. And I also always hated it when I was in a position where I lied or felt like I had to lie. So I believe in being honest with all my heart, and I try my best to be honest in my thoughts, in my actions, in my opinions. I try my best to be honest. I believe in honesty so much. I don't really know what context this question is coming from. But yeah, I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm a born again believer. I believe in God. I believe that the only way to God is Jesus Christ. Every other way is illegitimate, and you will be turned back to the back of the line if you approach God through any other way. Sounds harsh, but it's true. And yeah, I believe in honesty. One of the biggest things I believe in is honesty. That's why I like communicating so that we can just talk and get the truth out. I believe in honesty. How old are you? I'm 30 years old. I'm a born free. What? Oh, where are you originally from? I am originally from. Ha! Guys, you know something that I'm struggling with these days is English. Like I'm at a point where I'm really tired of speaking English, and sometimes my tongue lets me know that it's tired. It just slips sometimes when I'm speaking English, and I've realized that I want to invest more in vernacular. My home language and my husband's home language, I've realized that I want to be speaking those more than I speak English. But anyway, where am I originally from? I am originally from a village called Mvenyane in a small town called Matatiela in Eastern Cape. And Mvenyane is a bigger village, and my small village that I come from, Kusemakreni, and my actual village, Kusas 18. So I am from 18 Emakreni, Mvenyane, Matatiela in the Eastern Cape. That's where I'm originally from. What do you do for a living? I work in recruitment. I work in recruitment and staffing. So I deal with jobs and careers and hiring. I cannot get you a job just because you send me your CV, but I work in the space of jobs and careers, and I'm very passionate about helping people love their careers. And I'm doing this in my capacity as a businesswoman. I'm doing it and I'm running it by myself now. I used to work in a recruitment agency before, but now I'm doing my own thing, which I'm still figuring out. But I'm coming for the recruitment industry. I am coming for the recruitment industry. They're gonna know me. Where were you born? I was born in Matatiele. Taylor Bequest Hospital is where I was born. Matatiela. It's our biggest hospital in that town. So according to my mother, I was born at Taylor Bequest Hospital in Matatiele in 1994. What makes you happy? What makes me happy? Talking makes me happy. Having a conversation makes me happy. I enjoy conversations. That's why I always ask my husband random questions, and I am learning to be a conversation starter with any and everybody. I don't want to be. There's a part of me that is afraid to just approach people and just start a conversation, but I want to be that person. I really enjoy talking to people and asking questions and just dissecting a topic and just hearing what they have to say and also saying what I think and all of that. Conversations make me happy. Reading makes me happy. Writing makes me happy. Tea, I enjoy tea. I enjoy coffee as well. I like crunchy vegetables. I don't like to cook, for instance, my cabbage all the way through. I want it to be crunchy. Sometimes I like it raw. I bland food makes me happy. I don't like food that assaults my tongue. Oh my gosh, so many things make me happy. I Taking a nap makes me happy. Exercise actually makes me happy, especially exercise that involves stretching and cardio. Doing my hair makes me happy. My kids make me happy. My husband makes me happy. Nature. I enjoy being out in nature. It makes me happy. So a lot of things make me happy at different times, but those are sort of like the key things, which are basically things that I enjoy doing. So yeah. So many questions. What is a typical day in your life like? I actually was thrown the suggestion of doing a vlog of a day in my life. I'm not really into vlogs, but I tried it and it worked out very nicely. But something that I realized is that it's not something that I want to do like all the time. Like, let's say, because I do almost the same thing every day. There isn't much that changes in my days unless we are going somewhere, we're traveling somewhere, or we're going out or something like that, which does not happen often. Because I just started a business. Yay, we are on a tight budget, so we don't do a lot of stuff outside of home. So I don't really have a lot that happens. So in a typical day, I wake up, I exercise, get the kids ready for school. My husband takes them to school while I stay home and clean up and have my time with God, and then I go to work. Kids come back. I'm with the kids. We are having sort of like family time. They have their dinner, they bath, they go to bed. I sometimes work a little bit more after they go to bed, or I also go to bed. But that is typically what happens in a day. Wake up, exercise, kids go to school, prayer, Bible study. I really like Bible study. And working on my business, and spending time with my husband and my kids and going to bed. That's basically what a typical day. But I will post a vlog where you can see what it looks like. Now I've just spoken about it. I think this is almost the last question. What experiences have shaped you? This question, when I asked the lady, I was like, I don't know how to answer this question because, like, I've had a lot of things have happened in my life, so I'm not really sure if I can pinpoint to particular experiences that have shaped me. I think everything that has happened in my life has shaped me. So I don't know if I can point to. I do have instances or incidences or events in my life that, like the music one that I mentioned, that was a particular moment in my life that shaped my relationship with music, my relationship with my singing voice, and all of that. So I would say a lot of experiences that have included criticism in my life have shaped me and have taught me to be afraid of doing things that I'm even good at. Criticism is something that I'm really, really afraid of, and I'm really, really learning to not be afraid of. Um, so I don't really like. There's a lot of things that have happened in my life that have shaped me, and those things all worked in a way that I think that because God was involved and has been helping me heal, I've actually been allowing Him to heal me in the past couple of years. So, so I think that all of those experiences, especially the bad ones, they have God has put them has worked them out for my good, as the scripture says. So a lot of the bad experiences in my life broke me, and I struggled to recover from them. So much so that it was hard for me to remember good times in my life as a child, especially. I only remembered the bad memories for a very long time. And as I was healing, I remember one day I was washing the dishes in the kitchen, and I remembered something that my mom did, I think when I was 5 or 6 years old. And I remember the Holy Spirit saying, "That's a good memory of your mother." Because I have a lot of bad memories about my mother, but the Holy Spirit was like, "Hey, there are good memories with your mom that you have." And because now I'm healing, I am able to remember them too, and not just the bad memories. So the bad memories, like I said, they broke me a lot, and I had to do a lot of healing from them. The bad memories taught me to be afraid. They taught me to be timid. They taught me to be isolated. They taught me to be quiet. They taught me to sit in a corner, and a lot of the, like, I latched on so much onto the bad ones that I lived a lot of my life basically being fueled by the bad memories. So in terms of shaping me, like I said, they broke me, and now I'm in a space where God is healing me from them, and now I'm able to, in bits and pieces, remember the good memories. And now, yeah, because I'm still remembering them, I cannot really say that this is how they've shaped me. But something that has happened from all of the bad memories, and in my time with God, talking to God about these memories, I have learned, um, I've just grown closer to God because of my pursuit of healing from those bad memories. So I would say that they've shaped me in such a way that I grew closer with God. That's so cliche, but because of how many bad memories I remember from my childhood, those have brought me closer with God, because I go to God a lot and ask, this happened, why? I go to God a lot and ask, I'm not happy. This happened in my life. Where were you? Why didn't you intervene? And all of those kinds of things. I talk to God a lot about those things, and those are the conversations that have brought me and God closer, and that continue to bring me and God closer. Because now I'm no longer really in a place where I'm asking God why and all of that, but I'm more like in a place where He's basically tearing apart a lot of my wounds, and basically sort of like explaining them to me, saying, you're hurt here you're angry, here you're sad, and this is why, and this is how, this is, sometimes also you're behaving this way because of one, two, three, and all of those kinds of things. Yeah. So what experiences have shaped you? All of them, and in different ways. They've shaped me in different ways, but predominantly because I held on to my trauma for so long. It was my trauma that informed and influenced a lot of my life up until like 2020. That's when I was like, okay, no more. It's time for healing. So now I'm more at a space where I can remember happy memories and how they've affected my life, and also remember and also make more happy memories. Next question. Your favorite food? I like bland food. I think that one of the things that I've realized in my life is that the more I heal, the more I enjoy food. I never used to enjoy food, and I think it was because of the trauma. It suppressed my taste buds in a sense. But the more I heal, the more I actually enjoy food and actually taste different kinds of foods without a sort of like detest. But I enjoy food that is not too salty, not too sweet, not too savory, not too all of that. So I like things like I said, raw cabbage, crunchy spinach, potatoes with just salt. I like bland food. I like a smoothie. I use milk. I use water instead of milk when I make my smoothies because I want that blandness. I like bland food, but there are instances where I want something sweet, where I want something savory, where I want something cheesy. I really enjoy cheesy things. Yes. What is your most memorable moment as a child? Oh, like I said, I spent a lot of time dwelling on the bad memories. So I have a lot of bad memories, but I'm also remembering the good ones. So I'll try and think of a good memory that is most memorable. One of the most memorable things about my childhood is the birthdays that my dad used to throw for us. I think that if we had been in a better financial situation, my dad would have thrown a big party for us each and every year without fail. But our birthdays were quite celebrated by my dad. He would get cake and get us gifts. So it's one of my best memories from growing up is celebrating a birthday. And just that seeing him put it together, seeing my parents work together to make sure that we have a nice celebration is one of the best memories from my life. As a teen, what are your most memorable moments as a teen? My teen years, I think boarding school is the most memorable part of my teen. I went to boarding school when I was 16 up until I was 18. And it was like one very wholesome experience. Like boarding school, I think it was good for me, especially because at that time my parents' relationship was just turmoil. It's very chaotic, very toxic, and being at boarding school kept me away from a lot of that, and I will always be grateful for that. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to go to a boarding school. So, boarding school was beautiful. It was beautiful, and it was not like 100% perfect fairy dust, butterflies and strawberries and flowers, but it was a very wholesome experience. So that whole 3 years was just nice, even though one day I'm gonna tell you guys how I got expelled from boarding school. But today is not the day. What makes you happy? I've answered that. What makes you sad? I what makes me sad? When things don't go according to my plan. I guess either makes me angry, but like when I experience that, I experienced a lot of sadness as a kid. So now a lot of the times when I experience negative emotion, it could just be disappointment or but it always ties back. I just feel sad if something is not okay that is happening or I don't feel okay. So what makes me sad? Yo, I'm not really sure how to answer that. I know that I don't feel good when I sort of like miss a mark that I set for myself. If I if I set a target that today I need to walk 10,000 steps and I don't, it makes me sad that I couldn't reach that goal. Um, um, yeah, when I see people struggle or when I see people who are undermined and are sort of like discarded, and when I see people who look like they're not taken care of in a social space, I feel sad. Like I don't like bullies. Bullying makes me sad and angry. I don't like bullies. But I don't really know what makes me sad. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad because it could be anything. It depends. It depends. It could be anything. I'm trying to think of when was I last sad. I was sad recently because I wanted to buy something and I couldn't because it was out of our budget. And I was so sad. I started questioning my life. I started moping. I started feeling like I haven't accomplished in life. That's why I can't buy things I want to buy. So I think it really depends because I've healed enough to a point where sadness is not my default feeling. It's not the default emotion that I'm standing on. It used to be. So sadness was, for the most part, a base feeling for me, but now it's not anymore. So it depends on what happens at a given day. Yeah. What do you feel God has called you for? Couple of things. I think God put different kinds of passions in me for children and for men. I have a special place for men in my heart, and I'm basically in a point where I'm waiting for like more clear and further instruction in terms of how to pursue those two passions in a way that God wants. Um, so what do I feel He has called me for? Specifically, so basically this would be like, well, what do you think your purpose in life is? Yeah, I think like now it has become more clear. Children, young children, and men. I'm particularly passionate about those two things, and also career. I'm very passionate about career growth, career management, career development. Um, I think that if in an umbrella term, God has called me to also share my story in a very raw, authentic, truthful, vulnerable way. I think God has called me to talk about my life and my experience in such a way that it helps the next person not feel alone in their own struggles. That is something that is very key. And I feel like God has gifted me with the ability to speak honestly about my experiences so that whoever is in a space where they hear my story and they hear anything, they read anything I wrote, they watch anything I say, they're able to the truth of how I say it will help them relate in such a way that they're like, oh, I'm not alone. I hope that answers the question. What gets you excited? What gets me excited? I don't know why this is difficult for me to answer. I get excited when I am reading the Bible and it's like ding 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 ding, light bulbs all over. I get what makes me excited. You know what? It depends. Honestly, let me not just try and think of things. It really depends. I'm excited by different things at different times. And if there's a general term or a general umbrella of a thing that gets me excited, doing my hair. I like whenever like when it's time to take this off, I get excited because I'm like, what are we gonna do next? Right? Conversations get me excited. Like basically, I'm so sorry about the noise. I hope it's not translating to the video, but they're doing something, our neighbor. And anyway, what gets me excited? Like doing my hair, conversations. You know what? Conversations excite me a lot. And I wish I had the boldness to just start conversations. I'm working on it, but conversations excite me. Favorite song, Made Me Glad by Hillsong. All time favorite. You have made me glad, and I'll say of the Lord, you are my shield, my strength, my portion, deliverer. Sing it with me. A strong tower, my very present help in time of need. I love that song. What do you do for fun? I write. I watch TV a lot. It is fun to me. I go out. I like going out for hikes, being out in nature, watching a sunset, watching a sunrise. I caught a sunrise the other day and I was so happy. Um, Fun. Doing my hair is fun for me. Okay. Doing someone else's hair is fun for me. Singing is fun for me. Yeah. Favorite nail color. I think I like this. So I'm exploring nail colors. I'm waiting for a gel nail set. So now I'm only using nail polish, but this color is I think this is my color. This is actually the color that I had on when my husband proposed to me. So this burgundy maroonish color, I love it. I'm yet to discover more colors, but this one so far, amazing. Amazing, amazing. I'm still stuck on what do you do for fun? So many things, so many things. Like, yeah, but those things that I mentioned, writing is fun for me. I'm slowly getting back into reading. I mean, it took a backseat a while ago, but I'm slowly getting back into it. It actually is fun for me. I love reading a paragraph and being like some people are extraordinary with their words, and it excites me. It excites me to read something and be mind blown, right? Yeah, I like having conversations. If there's anything you have established from this video, if there's anything for you to know about me, I like conversation. So I don't mind it when people talk to me. I always tell my husband that if I am sad or if I'm down, if I'm having a bad day, just talk to me. It really helps me. So yeah, those are all the questions. I not sure if I did any of this justice. Give it Nana. Wait, let me show you what happened. There we go. I'm not sure if I did everything justice, but I hope satisfied, right? So thank you for coming to the other side and watching this video. I will see you. No, let me not do that now. I hope that I've answered the questions well. I hope that I didn't mumble too much. I hope this video was enjoyable to you, and I'm looking forward to sharing more of my story. And I'm gonna share with you guys how I got expelled from boarding school. It's a very interesting story. And to this day, when I think about it, I'm like, wow, I cannot believe that happened. It's the most scandalous thing I've ever been involved in in my whole life. When people talk about doing bad things in life and having a rebellious, I'm like, for me, that was the one thing that was absolutely scandalous that I've ever been involved in and ever done in my life. Being expelled from a Catholic boarding school. What do you need to have done? We'll find out. Thank you for joining me on the other side. I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye for now.